Welcome to AwakeningYOU channel. If you appreciate what we do, please support us. Thank you. Dear sons and daughters of planet Earth, I am Sananda. Once again I will say the same thing. It is with great gratitude that I am here. It is with great gratitude that I have the chance to guide you at this very important moment in your soul's journey. Observation, contemplation, analysis are inherent in each of us. We are not beings who plan, write orders on paper and pass them on to others to comply with or not, and we simply relax, talking pleasantries while others work. We are not like that. Everything we do, everything we guide, everything we plan, we do together. We do not delegate to anyone. We are all one. There is no job that one person does and the other just watches. Of course, everyone has their own role, but everyone works at that moment in the here and now for a single objective. And everyone has a voice. Everyone watches. Everyone analyzes. So there is no separation. Everything we do is observed by everyone. So if something we plan doesn't go very well, it is perfectly inherent to the process that it be said, look. Review why it's not going well. And there is no ego, there is no kind of frown because someone criticized or simply realized that it wasn't working. Then many of you may think, but how come you do something that doesn't work? So I will explain. Our way of thinking is completely focused on evolution, improvement, and balance for each soul involved in the process. Now there is the other side. The side that lives duality, that lets the ego speak, that has its own choices and that understands what we say in the way it wants. So when we say that something we planned didn't go very well, it's not because we did it wrong, and no, there is no ego on our part in saying that we didn't make mistakes, but I need to tell you that we didn't make mistakes. Because everything we do before being applied and said is perfectly tested and retested many times. But the awareness factor of each of you affects the result. If it weren't like this, the planet would already be ascended and whoever should be on the fifth would already be, because you would be puppets doing exactly what we said. But you're not like that and we don't want you to be. You have the right to choose, you have the right not to accept, you have the right to doubt, you have the right to contest, and for us everything is fine. We like it when you question, we like it when you criticize, we like it when you don't accept it. Every point of imbalance you generate when something is passed, makes us improve the process. But then you'll hear many people thinking, but wait, haven't you tested everything? Yes, we tested within our perspective, we tested within an ideal scenario. Of course, we can see the macro energy generated by you in the process, but those small details are improved every day, because we also need to adapt the process to your minds. Another thing that is important is that you like sweets. Then you pass by a store, find an appetizing sweet and consume it. Then a few days later, another store, another sweet and you eat it too. And so it happens from time to time. Does this cause imbalance? I would say not, because you did an action that pleased you at that moment but didn't make it a lifeline, didn't make it a prize for you. You just felt like it and consumed that candy. So let's take another example, the same thing, you pass by a store, see the appetizing sweet and consume it. And further ahead, another store, another sweet treat. I deserve to eat another piece, and he eats. The next day he repeats the same thing, with the addition of seeing another store and consuming another sweet. And so you repeat every day. One day you eat one more, one day you eat one less. So I ask you, what does each sweet taste like? You will no longer remember, because you consumed so many that it was not for pleasure, you did not take pleasure in that consumption. You consumed it for the sake of it, out of habit, as a reward, because you thought you deserved it, and none of them give you the real taste of what you ate. Those who ate sparingly will remember exactly the taste of the sweet they ate each time, because they gave it importance, because they stopped to taste it right there at that moment. So I'm going to take these examples and bring them to your real lives. How are you? You today are eager for the fifth dimension, and the vast majority do not trust yourself. So I'm going to tell you the following: he who just stays balanced, who doesn't judge, doesn't criticize, doesn't point fingers, acts with pure love, with gratitude, eats as much as possible within balance, but doesn't do anything beyond that. Now, do your meditations, nothing more. Will this not have the right to the fifth dimension? So let's take another example. You do everything I said, but in addition to that you do several procedures at the same time, to ensure that you get there in the fifth dimension. Which of the two will have a better chance of getting there? I would say both will arrive. Yes, both will arrive, but the first intrinsically trusted in himself, in his beliefs, in the belief in himself that, I will get there. I don't need to do anything more than what I already do. I will get there. Perfect. Who did he trust? In himself. So I say to you who do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and things at the same time to guarantee your arrival at Quinta, I will tell you that you are in a slippery quagmire, you are walking and falling, walking and slipping, walking and falling, and you don't move. Why? Because you don't trust yourself. You are giving confidence to what you are doing, not in yourself. Yes, you will get there, dragging yourself, perhaps walking in the mud, but not as fast as someone who trusts themselves. Then many will say to me, so, Sananda, I don't need to do anything? So why do you go through so many things? Excellent question, and I answer, because you need it. Because if we don't pass anything, then you don't believe in anything. You need to have those crutches to walk, you need to have something to believe in, because otherwise you wouldn't even be on the road to the fifth dimension. So we need to give you crutches, we need to give you support, so that at least if you slip, move forward, slide, you can at least walk, otherwise you wouldn't even walk, because you would never trust yourself. The big victory in this whole process is believing in yourself. What is the journey of the violet flame? It's a change of thinking, it's a change of paradigms. It's actually an inner transformation, it's not a crutch, it's an inner transformation, and many are realizing it. It's not something you do today and end tomorrow, it's something far away, and many are taking immense pleasure in starting over. What does this mean? That you are getting to know yourself, and I am extremely happy that you realize that you need to restart. It's a sign that they are going deeper, they are enjoying it, and they are living the journey. So I wouldn't say the journey is a crutch, no, she is not. The journey is an inner transformation that you either agree to make or not. Now anything else that is passed on is support for you to understand yourself, for you to test yourself, for you to analyze yourself. And then you do everything at the same time. I tell you this, look at an image, you standing, and everything that has been taught to you until this day, turn each of these into a crutch. How many arms do you have? 2. So I would say that's the most you can do at the same time. Did you understand? It's as simple as 1 + 1, because you don't have arms for all the crutches at the same time. You only have 2 arms, and who by destiny only has 1? He will do 1 at a time, because that arm was not lost for nothing. There's a lesson there. But you don't. You want to get them all at the same time. There are no arms for that. So when we teach something, you eagerly run to do it. Another crutch. Oops. Let's add to the others we already have, and where are the arms? It does not have. And then what happens as a result? Doubt, misunderstanding, total disconnection from what was taught, because you are unfocused. I'm not saying here that you don't do it, but do it 1, or 2 in this case, at a time. It's not doing 3, 4, 5, 6 at the same time. Learn this lesson. So I would say today I will give an example. The vast majority of you are making the journey. Then you can only do one more procedure. Anyone else stop, choose one and continue with just this one. When it's over you start another one. Did you understand? So nothing we go through is mandatory. Anything. We need to give you crutches, we do, because otherwise you won't walk. It's a way for you to be able to walk, but it's not mandatory. Never does a being of light force anyone to do anything. So it is not a being of light. There is no devotion, there is no obligation, there is no commitment to us. You make the commitment to yourself. Understand this. Nobody has a commitment to us. We don't get angry or upset if you suddenly say, "No, I will not do it." Perfect. It's a choice. Because whoever does 3, 4, 5, 6 at the same time does not do any right, he just takes the crutches and puts them around, but only puts on 2. Can you understand this? So think hard about how you want to lead your journey. Our role is to provide paths that all lead to the same place, to your evolution, to the improvement of your souls, but that everything is done with dedication, not all at the same time. So to summarize everything I said, only do 2 processes at a time. Whoever is on the journey will have the right to do just one more, and that's it. When you finish that one, start another. This way, you will be leading your journey properly. I think it's unnecessary to say it, but I will say it. The balloon journey, which is why I'm saying all this here, is causing more complications than results for you. And then I'll explain why. Why did you take the journey as another crutch, and it is not an easy crutch to carry? So you despaired. How am I going to do so many things at the same time? They understand why there is so much discomfort, why there is so much denial. Because it is a journey of pure involvement, it's not an easy journey. When you realized the difficulty, the problem was created. It's a lot for me to do. I agree. So do not do. And then I'll give you another image. A big, huge shelf, and then every journey, every procedure, everything we teach, is a pot placed on that shelf. And there you are on your journey towards evolution. You already have a pot in your hand. For those who are making the journey, what's left for you to take? Another hand. Choose one of those pots and have 2 poles in your hand. But which pot is mandatory to make? None. I don't want to make any pots. Perfect. Follow your journey trusting yourself, and everything will be fine. Ah, but I don't trust myself very much. So use the pots. Choose 2 cuts and go on your walk. Did you consume the entire pot? Then yes, you will have the right to go there and get another pot and consume it until the end. He finished? Go there and get another pot. No, but I don't want to take any more pots. Perfect. Continue your walk. Did you understand? Our role is to fill the shelf so that you have options of what to do, and each thing we teach resonates or doesn't resonate with you. Some look, I didn't like it. Do not do. There will be others who say, I liked that. Pass with love. I hope I'm being very clear, clearer than that impossible. I'm not forcing anyone to do anything. The balloon journey is another package on the shelf. Just that. Take the pot whoever wants and whoever has an empty hand, because if you have 2 hands full, don't take it, because it will be in excess of what you can do. Always only do 2 things at a time. This is the great teaching. And to close, I will say the following: by climbing in the balloon, no one loses anything. Why the doubt that you will be alone? Why? The walk is lonely, because your soul is unique. There are no clones of your soul exactly the same as your walk. Each soul is one, so each one goes alone. Nothing is lost. Never forget that we are always around, whether you like it or not. The only difference is that the distance we are is dependent on your vibration, that's all. If you vibrate low, we move away. If you sob loud, we get closer. But we are there 100% of the time. I thought you had already learned this, but that's okay. So I hope that with the explanations I gave today the buzz will stop, the comments will stop, the questions will stop. Make 2 pots at a time, and only start when you finish one. Did you understand? I hope so, that you have understood. We love you unconditionally, so how could we make you do anything? Think about it.